Hey guys, I'm looking at this t-shirt and I'm like, God, I feel like an inmate in this t-shirt. But anyway, I wanted to just give you an update on new consultant training. I'm going to try to make this video less than 5 minutes, so hang tight with me. So new consultant training last night, I will tell you, it was not what I expected. It is definitely a helpful piece of the puzzle, and I think it's something we need to stick with. But in saying that, there are some things that are definitely missing and lacking in this, and Stacy's very much aware of it, and there's just not much we can do about it. The 7 steps are not mentioned one time in the new consultant training, which was a huge red flag for me, but I didn't have time to question it, so I just went with it. Then I realized, okay, there must be a reasoning behind this, and there is. One person on the team, which I think is not, it's just such a bummer when one person kind of ruins it for everybody, but one person on the team doesn't do the 7 steps, so she wanted to make it generic, so we don't cover the 7 steps at all, which I think is a really big bummer because the 7 steps is a huge undertaking and a vital piece to their success. So we have 2 paths here. Right now, path 1 is we continue with onboarding, which everyone has to do their own onboarding, like in other words, steps 1 and 2 and part of 3. Then Stacy's call is going to be more like the cheerleader / success reward / the importance of 4 parties a week. And if you haven't yet been on one of those calls, you certainly need to do so because you're going to see exactly what I'm referencing, and it's going to help you understand why we're taking this route too. So path 1 is you continue your onboarding. We send them to new consultant training on Wednesdays, and then each of us will take on the rest of the 7 steps. You can take it on individually, which means that if we do that, you're going to cover steps 3 through 7 on your own with your teams, and you do it like that. So that's path 1. Path 2 is what I would suggest because it does take a lot of weight off of everyone's shoulders, but it also adds some weight to your shoulders initially because it's going to have to be a joint group effort to make this work because it's a lot of work involved to get it together. So path 1, we've told you about. Path 2 is what Lori and I suggest because it is definitely going to complement what we have already been doing, and it's also going to complement what we will be doing. So the first step is onboarding. You're going to get your people on the onboarding call, and they need to be on that onboarding call preferably before Wednesday's 1 o'clock call or Wednesday's 8 o'clock call. So the first step is to do your onboarding. Sometimes it's not possible to do it before that call. It's okay, but it's got to be done before they get on the next call, which we'll talk about here in a minute. So call 1 is you doing onboarding with your team. Okay. So that's, that you covered it. We're good. That's those 5 steps that Stacy guides us to and the onboarding system. The second thing is we'll encourage them to get on Wednesday night's call. Wednesday night's call is going to stress the importance of the 4 parties, stress the importance of the success rewards. And it's a bit of a rah-rah cheerleader, but an inspirational call at that. The third step is we're lacking any talk about the 7 steps except in onboarding. So in the onboarding process, you're covering steps 1 and 2, but we all know 3 through 7 and the other resources is absolutely where it's at, right? So Lori and I thought this would be the best bet. I cherry picked 6 of us. So this would be a 6-week rotation. Each of us would commit to 1 training a week, 1 training every 6 weeks. And all of us will have to help in the development of the steps 3 through 7 and the other resources when it comes to the PowerPoint and the wording and all that good stuff. But that way, we're only committed to 1 training on the 7 steps every 6 weeks. So path 2 is you do your new consultant onboarding, you send them over to Stacy's welcome call, and then they join our Read Rockstar 7-step training. That's what we'll call it. We'll review quickly 1 and 2, quickly cover 3, and then train on 4, 5, 6, 7, and other resources. So again, it will be another hour phone call. So I need your commitment that you are willing to do that. I'm going to send over a survey to understand, or not to understand, but to get, your commitment. And we're going to have to start this pretty much right away because our new consultants that joined the call yesterday don't have 7-step training. So it's a bummer. And I'm hoping that with my encouragement, Stacy will consider changing something because I think it's unfair that all of us her entire downline has to suffer because one group doesn't want to do the 7 steps, you know? But I don't think that's going to be anything immediate. So I'm not counting on it even changing. So I think as a Read Rockstar group, we have got to do this on our own. So I just wanted to give you a heads up about it. I'm going to send over the survey now. Please, please, please just take a minute to fill that out as quickly as possible. We're all super busy. I don't have time to do a lot of reminders, so I'm just going to count on you guys to take initiative and do that to fill out the form. So I know you're in or you're not. And then I need, once I have a commitment, Lori came up with a good idea, and we'll do a sign up sheet. We're going to need to know when you are free, what evening. I want it to be the same evening every week so that it doesn't have any like craziness or misunderstandings on dates or anything like that. I want it to be as clean as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and send over the survey. Again, if you can fill that out today, that would be great. It's only going to be a couple of questions. Once I have your commitment, I'll send out myself or Lori will send out a sign up sheet. You'll pick the dates that you can do it. We'll create the sign up sheet and basically pick one date every 6 weeks. And that should cover us through December. And then we'll reconvene and decide if this is, what we want to do. So I promised you 5 minutes. I'm at 6 minutes and 6 seconds. So we're done. Have a good day.